Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you have had a fabulous week. I certainly have, and I know all the guys here at Crafters TV have had a wonderful time because of course we've been celebrating all of our Black Friday deals, and Second Chance Sunday is all about you having another chance to get hold of some of the deals that you may have missed over the last week or more here at Crafters TV. And boy, has there been some deals over the last week or so. What I definitely say is get yourself over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu, click that Shop the Show button, have a look at all the deals that are coming up because there are absolutely loads jam-packed into the show. We may not even get to every single one of them. Now, I am not here on my own. Oh no, Craig is here with me and he seems to be pretty settled in this Sunday afternoon. You right over there, Craig?
I thought we still had a couple of minutes to go.
No, that's Derek's Rocky Road chocolate cake that he's tucking into over there. Pretty good, Craig?
Actually, you know something, it's really, I'm not a big chocolate fan, as many people know. It's usually the white chocolate I like, but that's really, really nice. Really like that. But tell you what, we'll leave that till later for when you're going over everything. Yeah, we've got another great show on earlier on, excuse my mouth, with Derek earlier on. But now, sorry, yeah. Totally forget about cat. I am just perched here. I'm not actually using the seat. Yeah, we've got a great couple of hours. Everything that you've maybe seen over this last week, maybe some that you've not seen. Now's your chance to get your take on it, or get my take on it, and see what we're going to come up with. A huge selection. But I'm going to let Joe start that, and I'll just tidy and finish and swallow my cake.
You get yourself sorted out, Craig. Don't mind us. No, there is absolutely loads coming up in this show. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I want to start off with something that, well, thousands of you have got your hands on since myself and Cyra launched it on Tuesday night. Now, we normally do like goodie bags, and in goodie bags we kind of, you know, we don't really cram them often. They're great value, not usually full of new stuff, but the Bonanza Bag is different because the Bonanza Bag is all about Black Friday, and Black Friday is all about us bringing you premium product, recent launches with fabulous discount, and that's exactly what we've done with the Bonanza Bag. Let me go through some of the stuff that you're going to get in here. So everyone's going to get some awesome low tack tack. There's loads of dies in here. You're going to want to make sure you've got your hands on that. Every single person that orders bag will get a very special gift from the Rose Gold collection as well. We're going to put some brand new concept stamps and dies in here as well. So you're looking at something from our pop-up range. You've also got brand new release cut and emboss folders as well. You're going to get one of those in here, which is fantastic. So just a couple of bits here. You're looking at getting back that £30 or $40 that you're going to spend. We're going to give you one of our concept dies in here as well. We've also put some flower forming dies in there too. You guys love those. Something as well from our stamp and die range. Something brand new there for you. Some quilling as well. You're going to get some of that in there, which is awesome. And you're going to get a couple of elements from Cyra Signature as well. It is amazing because the value on this is £71.90 or £97.70. So to get this for £30 or $40, oh hang on, I've shortchanged you here, haven't I? It's over £100. You're saving £71.90 or £97.70. I just thought, do you know what? I thought £197. I thought that's got to be the saving because it's massive. Turns out that's the usual price. That's the saving. What am I like? Anyway, that's why less than 10% of the stock is left on this bag. 90% of this has gone. It is limited stock. Limited stock means we have less than 10% of the stock that we started with. It is your last chance to get hold of this. If the stock doesn't go in this show, this will go anyway because it is one of our Black Friday week deals, and Black Friday ends tonight. So you do need to get your hands on that if you want it. Now, talking of last chance as well, we started with, my oh my, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of these advent calendar. It isn't too late to get your hands on yours. However, I think there's less than 250 to go round now. So that's really just a fraction of the stock remaining. It's awesome. You've got something in here every single day that you're going to be able to open up. And I think the wonderful thing about this is at Christmas time, it's a lot of thinking about other people, isn't it? Whereas with this, you know you've got a little fabulous crafty gift every single day. £24.99 if you're in the UK, $34.99 if you are across there in the US as well. So make sure you get your hands on it because, as I said, it is your last, probably will be your last chance to do so today. So don't miss out on that one as well. Now, Gonna move on to what I think has been the star of the show when it comes to our Black Friday event, and I think you guys absolutely agree. It is our Gemini machine. Now, it's our large Gemini that we're talking about here. Now, the large Gemini, you'll find it on our website every single day in, day out, £179 and 99 pence, £249 and 95 cents if you are in the US. Now, if you're a Platinum Club member in the UK, you're going to be looking at £143, or if you're in the US, $199. Now, bearing in mind, it comes with £107 worth or £135 worth of free dies. Now, what I will also say is, how annoying is it when you go out there and you find a deal and they go, oh, you got £100 worth of freebies, and it's like you buy a microwave and you get a free traffic cone. Sometimes you think, what on earth? Why would I want a traffic cone when I'm buying a microwave? We don't do that here at Crafters TV. Not only are these fabulous dies and stamps, dies that you're going to use day in, day out, they're brand new releases as well. You're going to get the left fold alphabet in here. You're going to get the left fold numbers. You've also got double-sided dies in here. We're going to give you the double-sided die plates along with all of the other plates that you would get in this collection as well. It is an awesome deal. There is a reason why every 10 minutes somewhere in the world one of our Gemini machines has been sold. It has been an incredibly popular deal this week. However, it is your last day to get your hands on it. Via the magic of video, I will be hearing from Cyra a little bit later, who will be taking us through that very machine. Now, some of the other stuff that's proven very popular this week, I want to give you a heads up on the Gemini Santa's Kitchen Complete Collection. This is awesome because you are getting 4 stamp and die sets. This is all about recipes as well. So if you want to do that handmade Christmas, this is going to be awesome to allow you to do that. You do get an awesome paper pad in there as well. It is a double discount price. So we had given you 25% off, and then we have slashed another 25% off of that as well. So make sure you get your hands on it. £45 or $62. The word Edgeables. You get 8 dies here, 8 of our incredible edgeable dies in here for £38. That is redonkadonk crazy value for money, or $57 if you want to get your hands on that. 30% was the original discount with double discount and an extra 15% off. It really is an awesome deal there, something that's very, very versatile. Talking of versatility, and what is an absolute staple in your stash are our Gemini nesting dies. Now, these are the scalloped and stitched edge circle, along with the circle and oval. So you're getting the ovals in the stitch and the scallop, and then you're getting the circle in the stitch and the scallop as well. And the you wouldn't really think about it, but you'll see this later as we go through the show. The stitched and the scalloped work really well on top of each other. So we'll see that a little bit later. They're an awesome deal here, £35 or $46 if you want to get your hands on those ones. Now, the fancy font words, these are proving really, really popular because you've got, well, as you can see, 11 different collections within there. What you've got is the die cut word, and then you can then customize the rest of the sentiment using the stamps that come with it. $36.39 or $48.31 if you want to get your hands on those ones. Maybe you're thinking about Christmas presents, then I think you'd be hard pressed to go wrong with these. This is awesome value. Now, each one of these discovery kits has in it the pens that you need to create awesome projects. It's also got worksheets in there, but the really important bit is that we've put these together with renowned artists who share all of their hints, tips, tricks and techniques in order for you to complete it. So it's like a little sort of mini course, mini colouring course in a box, really. Absolutely awesome. You can get all of them for £45 or $62. The Gemini Gatefold Hugs, these are awesome. Now, half of this is gone. You're going to need to be quick for this. It's easy to see why, because well, you're spending in the UK $11.99, which is a £27.96 saving. In the US, you're spending $22.42, saving you $52.33. These are an awesome concept die. We'll show you them more as we go through the show, but there's lots and lots that you're going to be able to do with those ones. The lace edgeables are back. Now, you'd be lucky to get one of these for £8.50. However, it's Black Friday. Shut the front door, shut the black door, and look at the price on that one. $8.50 or $12.50 gets you all 3 of them, which is awesome. You'll be looking at £30 or $42 there to get that one. So do snap those up. Something from the Cyra Signature ranges as well. We've got the Cyra Signature Rose Gold Black Friday collection with 6 elements. £18 if you want to get your hands on these, or $23 $6, which is really, really awesome value for money there. Rose Gold, one of the most popular launches that we've brought to you in recent times, so do get your hands on that one. Right. I want to share with you these gorgeous lace dies that we've got here. So I'll take you through the different ones that you're getting. $8.50 is unbelievable value to get your hands on these, or $12.50. If I just take you through, you'll see. So you're paying basically less than you would for one to get the whole collection. This one here is your Heartfelt Wishes. Then you're also going to get the Ornate Henna, which is that one just there. And finally, the traditional lace. So this is the kind of thing that you're going to be able to create with that one just there. Look at all of that beautiful lacy detail that you've got. They are very, very refined. They are very classy and grown up, and I know you're going to love them because they're edgeables as well. It means you can do all of those other edgeable techniques that you've been able to do with all of our edgeable dies that we've brought to you. Edgeables are something that we really, really are very famous for here at Crafters Companion. Lots of you chatting away as well. Don't forget that it's a great chance for you to get interactive if you want to. You can do that by dropping into us on the Crafters TV Facebook page, on the live feed there, or across on our YouTube channel as well. They're the two best ways to get hold of us. Lots of you saying hi. Diana says, hi Joe and Craig, I love this pair. First time we've been described as a pair, but we'll take that. Helen says, hi, it's Craig and Joe from California, sorry. She's got a very, very lovely name. It's Helen Sherelle Brown Spragg. That's her name. Now that is a mouthful on a Sunday, Helen, I'm not going to lie. Evelyn saying hi from Colorado as well. Monica, she says, Joe and Craig are the best. I love this thing. Lots of love for us today, Craig, which means that we're here for the compliments on a Sunday. Victoria's very excited as well. Jeffrey's kicking us off straight away with a question about the Advent calendar, which I know Craig, he's been talking to me about it in the break. He's so excited. Jeffrey says, Craig, question for Craig. December the 1st is just 2 days away, so when might he be doing the Christmas calendar Facebook demo? Craig, spill the tea.
Righty-o, so I did say to many a good number of weeks ago, keep an eye on my Facebook page right at the very end of November where I'll explain what I'm going to do. So throughout November, from the 1st of January,
November?
Yeah, you get along January. From the 1st of December up to the 20th of December, you'll get a mix of either a half-hour live with myself or it'll be a video. Depends on, obviously, my workload here, where I've got shows, Create and Craft and Prep. But then from the 20th of November, oh my gosh, I'm getting my months mixed up.
Want me to do it for you?
From the 20th of December to the 24th, they will be videos because I won't be here, I will be in Scotland. So I will be putting up a bit more details. We put that on Masterclass earlier on, saying how, keep an eye on my Facebook page. If not tonight, then tomorrow, where I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do. But it'll be a mix between lives and videos.
Awesome, right, we're all really excited for that. Jeffrey, I hope that answers your question. Don't forget, if you've got any of these collections as well, I'd love you to drop me some pictures of the things that you've been making with them. We love seeing what you've been up to, and you can do that by emailing studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. The Edgeables, already 60% of the stock there has sold out and gone, so do be quick for those ones. Value wise here, Craig, $8.50 to get 3 of these. It's pretty unheard of, isn't it?
Oh, completely unheard of. The thing is, because they're edgeables, because you've actually got on one side you've got all of the detail, well, throughout, and then on the outside you've got the die that die cuts, but on the inside, because it stays in place, so this is where you've got your edgeable factor. But then you can be creating elongated cards, shorter cards, you can do easel cards, you can do wraps. There's so many different things that you can be doing. So what we're going to do with this one is I've got a card that's finished, but we're going to then just kind of show you the kind of like the concept of using the edgeable on both sides of the card blank. So I've got a card blank, so it was 6 by 6, and what I just done was I just trimmed it down to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So then I'm just going to bring the Ornate Henna into place, and I'm just going to open my card blank, and because the die cut area is all around the side, we're just going to then pop this just towards the left hand side of the card blank, and then I'm just going to bring in my low tack tape, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to match it up to the top of the card blank at the fold, and then I can even just use my grids within my glass mat just to kind of keep it in place. We're just going to tape that in there and there, because these bits here, these will actually die cut out. And then I'm going to bring in my Gemini. Now this size of card I'm making, it would go through your Gemini Junior, or it'll even go through your MIDI, but simply because we've got the large Gemini on the show, which is just awesome, I'm going to use my large Gemini. Because it's an edgeable and it is a real detailed edgeable, I do like to just pop my metal shim in as well. So that will then go through, and it's also just going to cut out all that fine detail. Having that metal shim is just going to enhance it that wee bit more. So we'll just wait on this one coming out. I'm not going to do the pause in reverse because again the metal shim's in there, so I know that that's going to cut it all perfectly. So let's take these ones out of the way, and then I'm just going to pull these ones off. So if I then take, I'm just going to just snap that bit off, and then already we can see so many of these bits coming out. If you were lucky enough within the last show today to get your tool kit, you would have got that, but that's sold out. But I know many of you have got this at home. So we're just going to take these bits out, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and just along, kind of like the spine of the card, I'm just going to snip just till I get to the edge of my die. So we're just going to snip that one, and then if I take that one, that then gives us the left-hand side. So if I bring a bit of cardstock, you can see how that's all die cut just beautifully all down my left-hand side of the card blank. Then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it around. Let's take all these little bits out the way. I'm going to pop my metal shim in once again. Let's bring it in our die. I'm just going to take a lot of these excess bits out, tapping it at the side, and then just taking these bits. Then what we're going to do is just exactly the same. We're just going to pop my die up to the right hand side this time, and we're going to secure it. So we're just going to take that one and then that one, and then what I'm going to do is exactly what we've done beforehand. Just going to line this one up, and then I'm just doing it by eye just now because there's so much on the show that we want to get through. So we're just going to pop our plates into place. We're going to line these ones up, feed them ones through. So what you could be doing is you could be doing these either like back to back straight away, or you could do long strips of them. You know, using your guillotine, you can create strips that could be wrapped around your napkins. You know, you could do wraps around the end of your crackers. You know, you could think of all these different ways in which you can incorporate them around the house. But we're just then going to take these bits, and then if we take this one off, and then again I'm just going to peel that one off, and then let's just cut that one just now. So we're just going to trim just along the top, and then take that bit out, and then what I'm going to do is bring in my mat again. Now you could then come along as well and add inks around the side of them, or you could then even wrap ribbon. There's so many different ideas that you could be doing with them. But what I'm also going to do is if we just finish off there, so I'll show you how that looks like so. So we've got that one. Then what I'm just going to do is, if I just bring in my guillotine, I'm going to then just cut a bit of this pink cardstock, just roughly to the size of this die. It doesn't have to be precise, but just as long as it's slightly big enough. So if I bring in my die, so it tells me on it, it's 2 inches by 5.8. So let's just cut at 6 inches. And then again, so that's 2 inches, but just wanting to, don't know why I'm double checking this. I think it's just habit that I always check with my guillotine, like 2 1/4. Then what we're going to do, by doing this bit, it would go through your Gemini Mini or your Gemini Go. So let's just bring in our plates once more. So base cutting plate with our metal shim, and then I'm just going to just roughly secure that one. And again, this time I'm going to pop the edge of my die, so the edge that doesn't cut, I'm just going to pop to the side of my card blank, or my card. Tape this one down. Now what I'm doing here, I would do this again in a second piece of pink cardstock, or of course it could be any colour that you want it to be. And then that's then just going to cut out that detail, but it's going to give us obviously a panel that's die cut. So instead of it being within our card blank, it's going to be like a little panel. And this is what I mean by, if that piece of pink cardstock was elongated, this is when you could just keep repeating and repeating down. So you're going to get a nice long stretch of detailed die.
Mary's been in touch, Craig. She says, hi Joe and Hottie Scotty. I've ordered so much this week that my Christmas will be wonderful. In spite of lockdown alone, thanks guys. I love all the tutorials and the banter. You are welcome, Mary. Kylie says as well, what do you do if the dye warps the paper when it cuts, like adds a bit of a wave to it? Is there an easy fix for that, Craig?
It is too much pressure that you've got there. So most of our dyes, when it comes to the combination, most of the dyes need your base cutting plate, plastic shim, magnetic and top cutting plate. Most of them, not all of them. If you're finding that's happening, either just try removing your metal shim first, give that a shot. If it's maybe not quite cutting as much, then put this one back in, but take your metal shim out. So don't just think as though the combination that we use most of the time with all the plates is a must. It's not. Just trial and error. Sometimes it can be a bit too much pressure, so therefore you just need to remove one of the shims out.
Awesome. I hope that helps, Kylie. Give that a go, and yeah, let us know how you get on.
Absolutely. Right, so then I'm just taking these bits out just here. Then all that I would do once again is do that again on another piece of cardstock. Using my dotty tape runner, or it could be your sprays, I would just sandwich that behind, but just leaving a bit of a shadow. So we've got that pink shadow just peeking out just from behind. So if I close that, and then I'm going to come up just so that you can see how it would look like. So you'll get that nice pink shadow on the back, and then if you bring in our word sentiments we've actually got on the show as well, you could then just pop that into the middle. So there I've done it on what would be my left, and then on the right as well, but then we've just popped out, it could be a topper, it could be obviously that word, it could be anything that you want, but that is how you at least create the concept of your double-side edgeable card.
Awesome. Love that, Craig. 2/3 of the stock have gone here. If you want to get your hands on them, you are going to need to be quick. So remember what you're getting here. You're getting 3 of our edgeable dies. If you need more inspiration on edgeables, go back to go and have a look at the masterclass over on the website. I'm going to show you the back of these because it gives you a better idea. You've got the traditional lace, which is this one here, followed by the Ornate Henna, which is that one, and you've also then got the Heartfelt Wishes, £8.50 to get your hands on these. They should be $9.99 each. You're looking at £8.50 for 3 of them. Unbelievable value for money there with those. Do snap them up. I think they're actually going to go in this show, which is awesome. Right, I want to move on to the discovery kits that we've got for you. Now, this is an awesome deal. They're available individually, but don't buy them individually because you've got an awesome deal when you get them all together. Now, let me share with you the concept of these. What it is basically a new hobby when it comes to colouring in a single box, because this one here is concept design. This has been put together with Cameron Backus, and this is all about people that maybe that want to get into if you want to do product design, maybe you like to sketch buildings and stuff like that. He's going to take you through all the different concepts that you need to do that. Maybe it's fashion design that you know someone that's into. What you get in the box is everything you need. So in this particular one here, you're going to get 5 of our classic markers as well as one of our art liners, but you also get the worksheets that you need to be able to practice these concepts on, but also all of the hints, tips and techniques that you need from Cameron as well. So you've got that one there for the concept design. We've also got the blended mandalas that has been put together with the awesome Baz Furnell. If you want to, you can go back and watch the Colour Me Happy where Baz Furnell came into the studio and took us through all of these techniques. In this one, you're going to get 3 of our tri-blend markers, 2 of our art liners, again the worksheets and all of the inspiration that you need. You've also got the watercolour, and again Benita has joined us via video link twice in our Colour Me Happy shows. You can go back and watch hers back if you want to. In this one you get 5 of our aqua markers, which is awesome, as well as an art liner, the worksheets, and again all of the inspiration that you need. We've done this one here. This one is awesome. Now Cara Aldridge put this one together, and this is creative colouring that you're looking at here. This one is going to contain 5 of our classic markers, the art liners, as well as the worksheets and all of the techniques. You couldn't buy 3 of the art liners, I don't think, for the price we charge you for the whole box. This one here illustration with the lovely Tatiana. Now Tatiana also joined us for a Colour Me Happy. You can go back and watch her shows back if you like. She focused on the illustrator markers and the art liners, and again you get 5 of the illustrators in here as well as all of the inspiration that you need. And last but by no means least, Winterbird joined us as well for all things modern calligraphy. So if you know someone that maybe wants to get into brush lettering and calligraphy, this could be great for them. 2 of our metallic markers in here, 2 of our art liners, 1 of our sparkle pens in there as well. Of course, all the inspiration still that you need. You can get all of them. You get all 6 of them here for that awesome price of £45 or $62. Club Inspired Platinum members, you get another £9 off of that, taking it down to £36, which is unbelievable. I think these are awesome. You know, if you've got people that just drop in at Christmas and you think, oh no, I forgot that person's gift, what am I going to do? These are perfect for that. They're really, really awesome, and at this price, definitely snap those up. It's going to be very, very busy on those, but remember, your last chance to get hold of them because it is one of our Black Friday deals. Now, who couldn't use a hug at the moment? Lots of us, I think. We've got some hugs for you in the form of our Gatefold cards. Now, these are awesome. There's a few different ways of putting these together, which I like. So you can either interlock them, or you can just have them sort of loose on the front of your cards as well. You get thanks. You also get love in here, as well as happy new home, best friends. You've also got thanks a bunch. And you've got lots of love as well. All of those for $11.99 is unheard of. You're saving £27.96, $22.42 in the US, saving you $52.33. Right, Craig, I've got news to share with you that I completely forgot to tell you about before the show.
What's that?
You know, when we worked together last, I was talking about my neighbours, and I said, you know, one day I'm just going to get home from work, and I think she's going to have had her baby, the lady across the way. I only got home on, what was it? Was it Wednesday night when I left here? I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Literally got home, walked in the house, and there she was in the window with said baby. Yeah, so much hair. So yeah, they've had their baby.
I never even had a chance to do the card.
No.
Are you still wanting it?
Sorry? If you've got time to do it.
You didn't notice by the decoration if it was a boy or a girl?
I didn't, you know.
That's fine.
I've got a feeling it was a boy. I'm not sure why. I've no idea, basically.
I'll just do a generic one,
right.
Just in case.
I thought I'd let you know, because I know you'd be thinking about it.
Yeah. Gosh, that's funny. I was just talking about that the other day. Love that one. Oh, so cute. Good news. Right, we're going to use the hugs dies. We're going to do the wrap dies. Happy New Home for this one just here that we're going to use. So what I've done is I've used the way that I'm going to do it, the way I'm going to show you, I've used A3 piece of cardstock. So it is 5 3/4. Now what I've done is my centre part, so if I just bring that one in, so it is 6 inches for the centre part just here. So in total it is 16.5 inches, and then what I have done is this middle part, as I say, is 6 inches. So I have scored along at 2.5 inches. I know you can't quite see it, but just a no more, 2.5 inches, then 5.5 inches, then again at 11.5, and then 16.5. So I folded the first ones in, and then I folded the next one back. I've just trimmed it down, but you don't actually have to trim it down for any specific reason. So now I'm just going to open that one up. So I'm going to bring in my die. So for this one here, we've got our dies. You've got a few stamps as well that you can be using. So then what I'm going to do is, so on the one side, the way that I've got mine situated, you can see here, so I'm going to bring in the H and the O, and then the M and the E. So you just need to watch, because you just need to make sure, obviously, when it opens up, it's going to be opening up that way, so you don't get the 2 dies the wrong way round. So I'm going to bring in the H and the O there, so we can see once that die cuts, we'll be left with the letter in, and then that's going to sit nicely on the front. Same with when I take this one, set that one to the side, and when that's die cut, it's going to just open nicely. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take that one down first. So let's just secure that one, and then we're just going to line that one up against our score line that we've already got here. Now the thing is, you could then be measuring it up, so you've got it so it's in the middle. Nothing stopping you from maybe having it higher up. You just need to then just snip at the bottom, or even lower down, and you would just need to snip at the top. So you've got an extra choice there. And you could have it longer even, and you just need to use your scissors to trim. But we're just going to tape that one in, so my tape's just curled around my fingers. So let's bring in that one and because it's extra long, I'm going to have to do each die cut part separately. It's not all going to fit on the Gemini. So let's bring our plates in. So we just need our base plate, plastic, and then magnetic. This is even the type of card that will still go through your Gemini Junior because obviously the width of the card blank. So you can still do this one. Even though it's really long, you'll be absolutely fine. So we'll just do the pause and we'll do the reverse on that one there. And then we're just going to flip it around and then we're going to do exactly the same but with the other die. So finishing off the word home. So let's bring this one out and then I'm just going to take this. So straight away we can see how it's die cut all the way down there. So let's move that out the way because I don't need it. And then let's bring in the word M and E and that can then just sit nicely. If we can get a grip of it. There we go, just sitting nicely up to that score line just there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to secure that into place and I'm just making sure when I die cut this first one here, I just made sure I had a little bit of die left at the top and the bottom, just so it lines up perfectly. If you want to do a little notch or something, then you can do. Or
do you get full instructions with this one, Craig?
You do indeed, actually. Here we go. So we've got just your little sheet there that you can then just follow. But whether it's this one here or any past shows where these have been seen, you can always go back and watch them online on YouTube. Awesome. So let's just pop that one, because it's my plate. So I like to have one plate that I always cut into. So we can just line these ones up and let's just pop that one through. Through we go, and then this one we are actually going to create the interlocking. Well, I say create it, it's already done for you, so it's all done so that you can then just interlock it if you want.
So you're doing this as the sort of interlocking one, Craig, or you're doing this as the flappy one, as I call it?
Kind of both. Kind of flappy but interlocks.
Oh, so the interlocking one, yeah. Because I know some people prefer to just have them so they sort of fold back, which is another way, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. Yeah, well this one will kind of fold back on itself but still interlock.
Awesome.
So if I fold that one back and then that one back so you can see, I see what you mean, yeah, I see what you mean because then I should have done it the other way around then. Because
but you can, so there's options.
So yeah, there's options. So the way that I've done it, so if I was to interlock them, that means that we're going to have it the other way round.
Awesome.
So we're going to have, so I see exactly what you mean now, Joe, yep. So if I'm going to then just interlock, just pulling my card blanks at each side apart, and then if I bring them back in, so you've got the die cut slot, so this is what, exactly, you were just on about a minute ago. So therefore, so I would have, to have it the way that I've just done it there, you would then need to do the H and the O on the other side and the M and the E on the other side. However, the one way you were talking about is I can leave it like that and then you can still use it as it is, because what I'm going to do is if I bring these dies back in, so let's just tear these ones off, same with the next one, and I'm just going to bring in a bit of deep purple or deep pink cardstock. So we can then just bring this one in, and then all that I'm going to do is just pop my die over the top. So if I bring that, I just want enough just for the letters to cover, and we were doing my tape, there we go. So we can then just pop this one in, and then we're just going to hold that just so it's held in place, and I know it's going to be nice and secure. Let's just lift that one up and bring it up a bit further up. And then what we can do is then just bring in our magnetic and then our plastic shim and then run that one through as well. So there we go.
Awesome.
So we can get that and just run that one through.
Yolanda says, I've got these, I've made a few cards now from the Gatefold dies and they come out so good. I'd love to see some pictures of Yolanda if you do have them. Then do get them into me as well. Anything else you want to know as well? We're here for the next hour and a half with you. I was just wondering, this is my first day back since it was Thanksgiving, of course, on Thursday. So how was your Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments what you got up to, what you ate, if you had lots of fun. I bet loads of people as well getting themselves loads of bargains in the Black Friday sale as well. Let me know what you've been stocking up on.
I've seen lots of lovely pictures on social media of people of their Thanksgiving food that they were eating. It looked awesome. I was jealous. I was rather jealous. So we've taken our die now. So all that I just need to do is I just need to snip up just into the bit just where it crosses over, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we're just going to snip down, so that gives us our words. So let's just do a quick bit of matting and layering first within the middle of our card, and then this is just, oh, things run out, bring in our dotty tape runner, so we're just going to go all the way around. So this is just some of our cardstock from the 12 by 12 paper pad, and I'm trying to think where the patterned one come from. I've got a funny feeling it's the pop-up box. I may be wrong, but I think it is. I have all my paper pads just lined up, and I just tend to pull out one, Joe, and then just use it without actually looking at the name. But I'm sure it's the pop-up box. So there we go. So we'll just pop a bit of adhesive in there. So we're just going to pop that one on like so. And then we're just going to turn this one around. And then I won't be as cruel as what Johnny and Adam are saying, Johnny. So I could just imagine you're at the helm of it, Adam.
The biggest bite of Derek's Rocky Road chocolate cake as Craig just started talking about that paper pad, and I think I could sense that someone was waiting for me to say something, both in the studio and in the gallery.
Johnny's saying in our ear, Craig, ask him another question. Ask him another question. But I've got a funny feeling that Adam was behind that as well.
Yeah, it's finished, so it's all done, and it was utterly delicious. If Derek's at home and watching already, yeah, it was super, super yum. Oh, I think we'll be having another piece of that before the night's out, by the way.
I think I'll be having a piece once we go over to you just shortly. So there we go. So you can see there, so I've not done the interlocking, but you can still use it that way. So that's another way that you can use it. And then all that I'm going to do is I've just taken one of our 3D decoupage dies, and then that can then just sit nicely to the left hand side, and then we can even just bring in a bow. So if I bring in this bow and let's pop it up into there, I'm going to then just press and hold that into place, and then we can see how that then you can open up like so. And then I did have my one, which is here. So if I bring this one in, where I've put the words on the back, so we've got the pink on the back, and this one I'm just going to lay it flat, and then I'm just going to bring that one in so you can see, there we go, so you can see it better. So we've got that. So new home, nice new home card.
Beautiful. Loads you can do with these as well. A few examples here. I love how someone's highlighted that with a white pen there as well. So you can see putting some highlights on there is a really lovely idea. Again, in things like the mirror card, they work beautifully. In glitter card as well. I think they just make something really, really a bit different. And also, you know, you've seen these around. We bought these to you at full price and you've absolutely loved them. So definitely grab them whilst they are on such a great deal. $11.99 to get all of those home in the UK. $22.42 if you are across in the US. Need to come back to that Bonanza bag because it is absolutely flying out. 92% now of our stock has gone, and the great thing about this bag is what it is full of is basically new launches. There is going to be a bit of variation, of course. If you go for more than one, you may get some duplicates, so I do need to tell you that. Everyone's going to get some of our low tack tape in here, which is awesome. Everyone's also going to get a gift from the Rose Gold Signature Collection. We've actually got some of our awesome concept dies in there for you as well. You're going to get one of our cut and emboss folders, brand new launches you're looking at there. Something from the pop-up box range will be in here. How about some gorgeous quilling flowers as well? Some of our concept stamps and dies are coming your way. You've also got some flower dies in here coming your way, and you're going to get a couple of elements from Cyra signature ranges as well. All of that has a value of $101.99 at least in the UK, and at least $137.70 if you're in the US. Some will be even more. Some of you guys will get even more than that. You're saving $71.90, almost $100, £30 if you're in the UK. Well, that becomes what? £24 as a platinum member, which is unbelievable value. As a platinum member in the US, $32 to get your hands on this. I think it's awesome value, and if you haven't bought this already over this Black Friday event, definitely grab one before you miss out on it, because if you haven't got it, you should, because it is absolutely full of awesome stuff. Now, we're going to move on to something that is ever popular here at Crafters TV, and that is our Rose Gold Cyra Signature collection. Some awesome pieces in here, and again a great deal. It's a half price deal to get that on what has been a relatively new launch from the Cyra Signature range, and one of the busiest launches I can recall actually. You've got a great frame in there, you've got some words in here too, you've got love there. You've got a gorgeous embossing folder in a bit of a sort of different size to what we're used to. This is in a 1.25 by 7 inches, this one, so really nice. You've also got a cut and emboss folder in here as well, which is that gorgeous floral one, and you've got an embossing folder in there too. What I think I love about it, and what I know you guys love about it, is just how elegant this is. It is refined. You can also create lots of gorgeous layers with this very easily as well. It lends itself to so many other collections too. It's a really great one to sort of intersperse with some of your other collections. If you want to get your hands on it, it's an unbelievable deal. £18 here in the UK, $23 if you're in the US, and you can of course use your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. Lots of you sending us pictures already. We'll see those in a moment. Before we do though, I need to go back to the advent calendar because it is really busy. I said there was less than 250 to go around. There's less than 150 now to go around. So if you want to get your hands on one of these, you are going to need to be quick for it. Craig has said that he'll give you lots of inspiration as well throughout December. So make sure you keep your eye on his Facebook page for that. So don't forget about that coming your way from the 1st of December. If you want it, a little gift for yourself every single day of Advent, £24.99 or $34.99 as well. Craig, Rose Gold, when we launched it, it really did set the world alight, didn't it? So many people have loved it, and I think it's one of those collections that is going to be timeless.
Of course it is, absolutely. You know, even at the moment, you go into home decor stores when obviously they're open, you'll find a lot of rose gold is actually either very prominent in whatever the feature is, or you see it running through, you know, whatever the home decor or whatever the element the project is that you're buying. So it will absolutely never actually go kind of like out of style, out of fashion. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to use a few elements, and we're going to bring in the, funny enough, the edgeable as well for the main bit. So we're going to use the elegant rose for this one. And what's so good as well, I know it's kind of like just a little feature, but all the dies are this rose gold colour. So instead of it being, you know, a kind of silverish kind of colour, it is rose gold. So what I've done is I've got my card blank, which is 6x6. So I'm going to then just open it up, and then we've got, like any of our edgeables, we've got the die cut edge all the way around, and then the bottom edge just stays in place. So I'm just going to pop this one straight across. So what I would usually do is I would make my own card blank out of my cardstock, and I wouldn't score along the middle, because what will happen is, you'll see in a moment, we're going to have that line that runs all the way through. So I would just use a light pencil line in place of the score line just to line this one up. Then I would die cut it and then fold it in half, and that would eliminate that score line throughout the middle. But I've not done that today, so that's how you would do it. So we've just got our large plates for this one. Again, this will still go through your Gemini Junior just and no more, because it's 6x6, but you could always just trim it very slightly to just be before 6x6, and that'll help as well. So we're just going to wait on that one coming through. So what that's going to do is create that topper part of your card. So although it's in the middle of the card blank, it's actually, when we fold it in half, it's actually going to be situated at the top of the card. So we can take this one out and remove this one. We're going to remove it carefully because the whole card stays in place. So we don't want to have any tears if possible. So we can take that one off, and then what we can do, if we then just take these little bits out. So this is what I mean by, we can see throughout this die cut design all the way through, we still see that score line. So if we'd done it with a pencil line first, then that would eliminate that feature. So we can just fold that in half now, and then there we go, we have got our card blank. So let's just see, I've got a bit of card stock just to pop that up again so you can see. So that's now the top of our card. So there we go, that's that one. And then what we're going to do is, let's move that one out the way. Let's bring in just a piece of our Nina cardstock that I've got here. Now I've got a couple of the stamps already stamped out. So let's just quickly stamp a couple again, and then we'll do a very quick bit of colouring, and then we will then get on to assembling the card. So we'll take that one, and then let's also just take this one. So So this stamp set that I'm using is from the Scents of Love. So this is kind of all your really fancy old-fashioned perfume bottles, and you get the dies to go with them as well to cut them out. So I'm just going to bring my stamping platform and my stamping mat, and then we can just stamp these out with our Noir alcohol proof ink, because we'll use a quick bit of tri-blend colouring to colour them.
Awesome, getting really busy on this collection, Craig. Remember, it's a half price deal for you. $36.95 is what it should be in the UK, $46.91 stateside. It's going to be £18 or $23 today, so definitely do get your hands on it. Talking of Black Friday sales, Craig, I snapped up an absolute flight bargain, and I'm going to be going over to California next year. I booked myself a little flight to go to California, so
brilliant.
I might bump into some of our lovely viewers whilst I'm over there.
I'm so jealous.
Just for 10 days I'm going, yes, that should be great.
When are you going there?
Hopefully in May. Sorry?
I was just about to say, when were you going?
The 4th to the 14th of May.
Brilliant.
Fingers crossed, if it happens. So
yeah.
I think we're back to normal by then, I hope. So
I'm
hopefully
hoping so.
I haven't been to the States for ages and ages and ages, and now I feel like I know I've got all the lingo down, Craig. I know all the places, my geography's sorted, so I should be fine then this time around.
Let's hope so, yeah.
So are you going to try and go back to New York this year?
Probably, excuse me, it probably won't be next year.
Next year now,
probably,
okay. That's what I mean, next year.
Yeah.
This year, next year.
We'll probably just leave it, just maybe another year or so, let everything calm down and settle down before we look to go back. But yes, certainly New York is definitely next on my cards.
I'm getting to that point of the year, Craig, where everything now I say this year, it means next year. Do you know what I mean? We always get there, don't we?
I know exactly what you mean, yeah. You can't tend to say that. Same when it comes to the start of the new year, you're still doing all the saying the old year.
Susan says she's going to take me for lunch at the beach, apparently, in California. That could be nice, couldn't it?
Oh, that would be really nice. Really nice. That's the thing, whether it's here in the UK or, you guys stateside or anyone in Europe, you're so kind. If you know that we're going to be coming your way, you always say, well, you're more than welcome to stop for a cup of tea.
Oh, yeah. I had a lovely glass of Prosecco with jam from Ravello when I went up the Amalfi Coast on my moped, Craig.
That's right, you did, didn't you?
Jan had the Prosecco, I had a coffee, I was driving back to Naples. But it was lovely, absolutely gorgeous.
That's it. It's so good, if we ever do get that chat, and I know it's like maybe sometimes like a needle in the haystack, maybe just being able to see you guys face to face, but if I ever got the chance, it would be so good to actually do that. Stop for a coffee or a quick catch up. So nice.
Always lovely. I love that dimension that it adds there. I mean, the stamps are so detailed here, Craig, aren't they? But when you do bring your markers into them, it gives them so much extra dimension and texture.
It does. It really, really does. You've got the lines in there as well, but they're not too difficult to colour either. You've got nice open area to colour in. Same with this bottle here as well as this one. So they really are quite easy, but then you can just colour them whichever way you want, whatever medium that you want as well. It's entirely up to yourself. You choose. So that's all I'm going to do with that one. I just wanted to show you just a quick bit of stamping and colouring. So you would then just carry on and just start to colour the other ones. So if I bring in a couple that I'd done before, I went a bit more lighter kind of pastel tone with these ones just here. So we'll just go for Live, Love and Sparkle that you can see on that one. And then we've got on this one the extra tall one. So it could be many things. It's intended to be the perfume bottle, but of course it could be anything that you like. So let's just start to pop this one together. So I'm going to bring in a couple of layers that I've done just here. So I've got my mats and layers. If you got the original cardstock that came with it, then this is what it is, but then you could be using any others that you've got. So I'm going to use a bit of glitter card, and it's the glitter card that I'm going to emboss. So this is 4 inches by 2 3/4. So if I bring in the embossing folder, which is the confetti burst for this one, so you don't always have to emboss full lengths of cardstock. So I'm just going to take this one in, and I'm just going to bring it down towards the bottom of the embossing folder. And then what we're going to do is bring in our plates again. So popping them ones on, and then because it is our normal style embossing folder, it's our top cutting plate. So 2 cutting plates, but because it is our normal embossing folder, I'm going to add in my metal shim for this one. And then we're just going to run this one through.
Awesome. Getting really, really busy. Don't forget as well, there's a lot in this show. I would definitely say to you, as it is our second chance Sunday, and it's sort of the last chance really for a lot of our Black Friday deals. Get yourself over to the website, click shop the show. Remember, you can watch and shop at the same time over there and have a look through absolutely everything that's coming up. Don't forget as well, for US viewers, there is the warehouse clearance coming up 2 hours after this show ends. So I believe it is 3 p.m. On the East Coast. So make sure you join us for that. And that'll be over on the Crafters Companion US page. So that's where you'll need to join us for that. And I've seen some of the deals. And oh my, you're in for an absolute treat. So if you are in the US, do make sure you join us for the US warehouse clearance sale over on the Crafters Companion US page at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
I don't know, I had a wee nosy in the room just next door as to
there's
where,
so much product. There's a
Jake
the
and
second
Liam.
studio is literally just completely laid out full of products. There's a lot on there. And also, if you love your 8 by 11.5 size paper, so your US letter size paper, we've got a lot of that in that later show. So if you've been waiting for that, definitely get stocked up on those as well, because don't bring that to you all that often here on Crafters TV. But there's lots of it tonight, you'll be pleased to know.
Great selection for sure. Big, big, big. And like you say, plenty of cardstock if you want to stock up as well. I'll be intrigued to know what everyone buys. I'll be asking.
I bet people have already bought a lot of stuff.
Bet you they have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Getting in there first.
When are you with us again on Class TV, Craig?
I am back on Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, Craig has been my, I'll be with you for that. That'd be fun.
I believe we are, yeah.
We are together.
And,
There's going to be loads on that show.
There is, yeah. Just if you're wanting to have a wee tease, then we've got some sentiments.
Oh.
A certain style.
Oh, embossing folders on there. Might be some reefs on there as well for you.
Maybe.
I booked a reef making workshop, Craig, on Sunday. I'm going to make my own reef at a florist in town where I am. I'm going to learn to make one myself, which sounds exciting.
Oh, that would be really good.
The only other thing was, these reef making workshops, right? It's actually more expensive than buying a reef.
Yeah.
So the reef making workshop is £45, right? And it's going to be a lovely way to spend the afternoon making a reef. But you have to make the reef yourself for £45, which is a bit of a sort of, maybe once I've learned to make the reef, I can make it next year very inexpensively. Maybe that's how it goes.
Yeah, no, that's that. It's all about the fun of actually creating it, isn't it? But then when you think how much it costs to attend it, to then actually make it.
It'll be well worth it, I'm sure. I'm not very green-fingered though, so I don't know whether it looks like a reef. It might look like it's been run over by the time I'm finished with it, but I'll be sure to post plenty of pictures so you can see how I get on with it.
Yeah, do that. It'd be so good to actually see what you how you make your wreath. It'd be really nice. But let's just start to layer this one up using my pads. Not sure if you've seen me with that layer there. What I've done after I added my pads, because it's glitter card, I've just used a bit of wet glue as well, just so that it adheres to the glitter card. So what will happen is your foam pads will hold on initially, and then the glue will actually soak through and then dry into the fibres of the card, but then also the little particles of the glitter card.
Awesome.
Let's just take.
So would you run the risk? Could it dry out and fall off if it was just the pads on there?
Yes. Yeah, it could very well do that. Certainly if it's going to be sitting up for a wee while. You know, for a lot of us crafters, many actually keep our handmade cards up, you know, on the mantelpiece or that for a lot longer. So just to ensure that it actually stays in place, anything like your foam pads, then I would just use some of our wet glue. Of course, if you're using your Collal tacky glue, or sorry, your Collal glue gel, you don't need to worry about that. But it's just if you're like me and you like to use your pads. So we'll just take, have I got my Collal glue gel here? Here we go. So we're just going to add these embellishments on. So I've just added my stamps that I'd already die cut and coloured earlier on. I've just taken one of the flowers. So we've got a bit of a blockage just there. So let's just take this one out. So we're just going to take that little bit. There we go. So we're now all good to go. So we're just going to go all the way around, and then I'm just going to add that just down into the bottom, just there. I've got a couple of these little leaves. We're going to add them in too. So what we can do is let's just, where will we pop them? Let's pop them there. So we're going very glitteristic on this one. going all out. You know, you could be using any of your other glitter cardstocks that you've got at home. You can be choosing whatever ones. Don't know where glitteristic came from, but you know, it works.
Glitterous, I love it, Craig. I think it's a really good new glittery word. Glittertastic I sometimes use, but glitterous, that's a new one on me.
You use that one, I'll use, I can't even remember what I said now.
You said glitterous. Glitterous, yeah.
Glitteristic.
Glitterista.
Yeah. But then you could then, if you've even got some of the sequins, anything like that, you could then just be popping that into the side just there.
Oh, it looks very glitterous. I love it. Right, loads of you still chatting away. Beth says, wow, Craig, that is super pretty already. Absolutely love that. If you want that deal, a really, really awesome deal on that. £18 is awesome value to get a really good collection of the Rose Gold collection, or $23 if you are there across the US. Remember, you can use your Club Inspire discount on top of that as well. When it comes to Club Inspire as well, the price you see once you're logged into your Club Inspire account is the price that you will pay. All of that, all the maths are done for you, which is awesome. Now, we do have this awesome deal on the Gemini machine. We also have great deals on the Gemini Junior as well, so do check out our website for that if you want to get your hands on the Junior. The great thing about this is you're paying full price for the machine and the plates, as you always would. However, what you're getting is £107 worth or $135 worth of excellent freebies on top of this as well. Now, I could stand here and tell you about it, but the boss herself was here on Tuesday to tell you why you need to get your hands on the Gemini at this awesome price.
If you're watching us today, you probably know this already, right? But if you are new to Crafter's Companion, if you are new to Gemini, you don't own a Gemini yet, don't take our word for it. Ask your colleagues who are chatting away with us on this stream. Ask them what they think about the Gemini. Go and have a little look on Google. Whether you see this rated from top retailers all over the world, go and read the reviews, because you'll see wherever it's sold, you've got 5-star after 5-star after 5-star review. And the one criticism I hear of this product is, I wish I'd bought it sooner. Because what I will say is, die cutting technology is just advancing at an absolute pace of nuts. We're getting more intricate with our dies. Things like the double-sided dies are coming out. We've got some incredible innovation in the pipeline over the next 18 months, I just know, in our business. And to do all of that, you need an incredible machine that can cope with all of that pressure. Whether it's the pressure to cut through really intricate dies or the pressure to cut through thicker materials, it's all based on pressure. And I can tell you now, this is the same machine now, Joe, that we're selling, that we have been selling for years, because we can't upgrade the specification on it. It's not possible. We made that machine the most powerful we could possibly make it, which I know a lot of my competitors would tell me was a stupid commercial decision. Why make that product the best it can when you can do an all right version that's adequate today, and then 2 or 3 years down the line sell them an upgrade, and then 2 or 3 years sell them an upgrade again? And a lot of other companies, that's what they do. You know, look at your mobile phone or your tablet. You buy one, within a couple of years you upgrade into the next one. We took the decision that we didn't want that, because actually I want you to buy this machine and be able to work with all of the dies that are coming out in the next few years and spend your money on the dies, not on another version of the machine. Let's just make the machine awesome from the off. So for anybody who's completely new to this, I'm going to go right back to the beginning. Why do you want a Gemini, right? And it's all down to pressure. So your pressure you're going to use in 2 ways. 1 for intricate die cutting, or 2 for different materials. Now, I've got out my favourite die. It was actually discontinued years ago, this one. But have a little look. In fact, I'm going to get you to have a look on the overhead camera, because I think you might be able to see it a little bit better, okay? So when you have a look at this and you see how intricate it is, you imagine this going through the machine, and this is the rollers. So let's just imagine, here we go, this can be a roller. So here's a roller coming along, right? So at any one point, as that goes into the roller, let's count how many different cutting points we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, about 31 cutting points on that one. So here's the thing, Joe, right? Back in the day, when dies first came out, they were all like this sort of thing, right? So let me get one of these dies out. As this goes through the roller, look how many times this cuts. 2. Cuts twice. This same die cutting 31 times. So what you get is the pressure in the machine. When you're cutting this die, the 100% of the pressure gets split across 2 cutting points. So each cutting point gets 50% of the pressure. You ask that same machine to cut this die, all of a sudden 100% of the pressure gets split over 31 cutting points. Let's say 33, so that maths is easier for us, right? So basically, every one of those cutting points gets 3% of the pressure. So with this die, each cutting point gets 50%. With this one, each die gets 3%. Which is why if you put this into your regular die cutting machine, it'll cut at the ends here and it'll miss all this big bit out in the middle because it just runs out of pressure. It's like, I can't cope, I can't cope, I can't do it. And it just leaves you a big gap in the middle. And you have companies talking about pressure points and you've got more pressure and position it over here and turn it around. It's not. It's literally just, it doesn't have enough pressure to cope. Whereas with a Gemini, we've put so much pressure, it's way more than you'll ever need for dies like this. I mean, it could just laugh at dies like this, like a hot knife through butter. Whereas with these, it's the pressure to do it instantly. So if you watch here, watch what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutting plate, take the cardstock, and I'm going to go face down into, oh there we go, I'll have it the right way up here, face down into there. And then a little bit of a tip, right? I often tilt my dies like this so that they're on an angle, Joe, so that you don't get a little bit of a clunk as they come in. Now you then put your clear cutting plate, you put your magnetic cutting plate, and you put your top cutting plate in here. So that is your combination that you're doing there. You offer these into the machine. Now here's the thing, right? That machine has 2 sensors in there. It's actually got 2 mechanical sensors that you'll see flicking down. It's also got an optical sensor which just senses what's in there, engages the motor to pull it through, and then as soon as we're all the way through, it'll completely stop. So that'll come to its own stop now without us having to push a button to start and stop it. Now if you look at this, there's the difference. When you get to a Gemini, you can see that it's cut every last little bit in there, absolutely no problem. Now we call it a Gemini because it's a twin function die cutting and embossing machine. So if you want to emboss with it, you'll see you also get the rubber embossing mat, which you can lie face down on the top, take out your other magnetic mat because you never want both of them in, right? I'm going to turn and rotate that cutting plate so that we're using all sides of our cutting plate equally. And then I'm offering it, and again those sensors sense, feed it all the way through. As soon as it's out, straight out the other end, it'll cut it. Or if at any point you want to take back control, you can press the pause button, you can press the reverse button, so you can have the power at your fingertips. So I know for a lot of people, Joe, they don't have a lot of space on their desk. And you know, I craft standing up here for you at Crafters TV. However, when I'm at home, I'm sitting down. Saves me getting up and going round the back for it. You can just pause it and reverse it. Now look at the difference here. That's now been beautifully embossed. So what I can do is I can just give that a little bit of a tap on the back, and then you'll see that whole thing has cut to absolute perfection.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Not a single little bit, look at that there behind, not a single bit is missing. All of the embossing's done in detail. The little butterfly wings lift up perfectly. Even right in the very, very centre there where you thought you would have bits missing, I literally tapped it. Didn't have to sit and poke bits out, nothing. Onto a thick mirror card. Oh yeah, there's no point demonstrating it onto paper. Let's use it onto something substantial. So you can see really intricate dies. I wanted you to understand what constituted an intricate die, and then having all of that pressure, exactly what can we do with it.
It's an awesome, awesome machine. I think if you don't own one at this kind of price with this amount of awesome freebies in, maybe today is going to be the day for you. Remember what you'll get included as well as part of those freebies. This is really recent launches that are in here. You've got the left fold alphabet. You've also got in here the left fold numbers in there, as well as 2 of our double-sided die collections too. And also don't forget, you're getting the plates that you need in there to enable you to do all of your double-sided die cutting as well. A fantastic deal on an awesome collection, an incredible machine. As we said earlier, somewhere around the world, a Gemini machine is sold every 10 minutes. Lets you know just how popular it's been. I said the other day, you know, I know so many people that are ambassadors and work for other brands that when they go home in their personal crafting, choose to use a Gemini machine because it is such an awesome piece of kit. $179.99, $249.95. Don't forget to use your Club Inspired discount with that as well because you've got a great deal there. But remember, today today is the last day for you to get your hands on that, so you are going to need to be quick. Right, we're going to move on to the nested dies, because these are an absolute essential in whatever crafting you're doing, because of the versatility. If you want to make card blanks with them, if you want to do tags with them, if you want to do concept cards as well, there's absolutely loads that you're going to be able to do with these. So what you've got are 4 collections in here. You're getting the ovals in the scalloped edge, but also in the stitch edge as well. The stitch edge just refers to the little stitch detailing. This is around the very edge there of that nesting dies. What I love about them as well is the variant of sizes you get, from the very smallest one to the very largest one. You get a whole host, and you've got every little bit in between as well. They're very, very comprehensive, these. You've then got the scalloped edge circle, and that's coming with the stitched edge circle as well. Again, awesome for doing everything from frames to card blanks to card concepts. There's so much you can do with these. £35 if you want to get your hands on these. Or $46. Club Inspired Platinum members get an extra £7 off of these in the UK, making them £28, which is really, really fantastic value. I think it's fair to say, isn't it? They're an essential. If you're into die cutting, Craig, and card crafting, then you're going to get so much use out of these collections.
Absolutely. So the core essential nesting dies, like the circle ones and the ovals that I've got in my craft bag that always go with me. So we're not going to make a card as such. I'm going to show you a few different things. What I actually want to say, I just want to go back to the Gemini, and I'm going to tell you something. And it might be one of those things I'm going to tell you that I might get an email afterwards going, Craig. But in shopping TV, I know I'm doing it anyway, in shopping TV, some guests, I don't mean us at Crafters Companion, some other guests, where they go on air and they're asked to use a certain die cutting machine. Whereas in actual fact, as Joe was saying, in their day-to-day crafting life and that, they use a Gemini. So it is a Gemini that you're using. So sometimes if you're watching shopping TV, they're using another machine. I can promise you, so many of them are actually using the Gemini when they're not on TV. So then there we go. So it's just to let you know that, so many love the Gemini when it comes to experienced guests. So on that note, let's use a Gemini. Let's use it with some black card and white card. I'm just using this.
I was hoping you were going to name and shame, give us some proper good gossip there for a moment, Craig.
I would, but I know I would
You get in
seriously be in trouble for that one. Seriously in trouble. So all I'll just say is, no names, but tell you that it does happen. I know. I love my job, so I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything. Right, what we're going to do to start with is, with the nesting dies that you're getting within this bundle, or any of your other different shows, or nesting dies, what you can do is create your shaped cards with them. So what we're going to do is, let's die cut a couple. Now, I'm going to do these, when I say relatively quick, I mean it in the fact is you're going to take a lot more time than me. So what I'm going to do is, let's just take the circle one, for instance, the scallop circle, and I'm just going to die cut 2 at once. So it's going to be our plastic and our magnetic, and then our top cutting plate. And then what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a third one. So don't just think about nesting dies so that they can sit behind a topper or a sentiment. Think about your card blanks, your card shapes. What about your frames? We all love a good shaker card. I know you guys do it as well. Now finish that shaker element off by a nice frame that works all the way around. Use your nesting dies. This is what these are so good for as well. So what I'm going to do is, there is 2 of them. Now that's 300 GSM cardstock, and that's just cut 2, no bother at all. So then let's take another one. Now I need one more, but just so that we're not wasting it, let's just use 2 bits of cardstock. Again, at home, you're going to have a lot more time. You're going to then be just using the size of cardstock that you need. But the idea is that I'm going to need 3 of them, so that we can show you how to, at least with a circle, but this goes for your oval, any other shape, how you can make a nasal card. We'll even show you kind of a simple card blank, and then we'll show you even how to do a frame as well with them. But of course, you can just mat and layer with them if you want. You've got all these different options and so much more. So we're just going to take these ones out. So let's take this one. So we've got that one. So we only need 3 of them. So we need 2 where they're all intact, and then we need another one where we're going to take our scoreboard, and then what we're going to do is we're going to score it in half. So let's just bring in one of the circles. So So we're going to score it in half. So I could see from this one. So this one, this largest one is 4.5 inches. So I'm going to score it in half at 2 1/4. So I'm going to score all the way down. And then what I'm going to do, this isn't, you know, precise. This could be 1/4 of an inch, maybe a wee bit more. I'm going to do 1/2 inch just in. This is what's going to create the little hinge. So I know you can't quite see it, but we've got a little score line at 1/4 of an inch just there. So if I tip it forward, other way, so back my way, there we go, perfect. So we've got like a little hinge there, that's 1/2 inch, and then this is at 2 1/4. So we can then just bring these ones back in. So this one we're going to fold in half at the halfway point, and then this back one we're going to fold back on itself. So we've got, I'm going to go from up above, you've got kind of like that little shape just there. Then what we'll do is I'm just going to use my tape runner for this one. Because we're constructing a card blank, I would usually use a wet glue or Collall tacky glue. So I've just got a bit of adhesive on that tiny little flap there. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to overlay that on the first one, and we're going to press that in place. So then that creates that kind of shape there. We've got that same kind of shape, but we've now got a base to it. And then what we're going to do on this bit just here, we're going to add adhesive onto that one. And then once again, we're going to bring our next layer right over the top. So we're going to end up with all 3 layers sitting on top of each other. However, what it does is that then creates our easel card. So if I bring that to the side for you to see just there, and then that creates the easel card. So you would do exactly the same with your either your scalloped or it could be your oval, but that's got that one. So then let's take just a normal card blank. So let's take another bit of white card again, black and white, although I've not used black just as of yet, shows the same concept. So I'm just going to take another 2. I know I've already got 1, but once again I need, actually tell you what, let's do it with the scallop, just so it's a bit different so that you can see. So once again, let's go for the largest ones. You've got all these different sized ones. So you could do small little diddy card blanks. You can do obviously the largest one, but plastic, magnetic and top plate. That one can then go all the way through. So this is what's going to then create kind of like what would be a normal style card, so that it opens at the side or from above, but it's going to be a bit fancy. So we can take this one out.
And again, great starting point with these, Craig. This might be your first foray into our nesting dies, but we do all sorts of them, don't we, over on our website. All the conventional shapes, we've got fancy shapes, regular straight edge ones as well, so there's loads. But whilst they're on this kind of deal, if you were thinking about trying them, then it's definitely worth doing so whilst they are at such an incredible price.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. 100%. And you think if you were to look out there for fancy card blanks, you know, you could pay a fortune. You get the envelopes with them, but you've got your Ultimate Pro, you've got your scoreboard, your envelope maker. You can make them all yourself. You know, you don't need to worry too much about specific size envelopes. So all that I've just done with this one is I've just folded it in half. Well, it's not actually even half, but I've just folded it just so that I've at least got a card blank of some description. So then what I'm going to do is, so we've got our card blank, and then I'm just going to bring that nesting die back in again, and then all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I've got maybe 1/2 inch just over the edge of my card blank that you can see there. So then what I can do is let's bring in our plates once again. So we're going to pop that one on, and then we're going to just hold that one down because I want to make sure that it stays in place for this one. So we're just going to line that one up. I'm just going to secure it just there. And once again, plastic, magnetic, and then top plate. And then this is then going to give us a card blank, which you could leave it the way that it is, but then you're going to have that nice decorative edge, and then you're going to have that actual end bar that's going to be nice and straight. It's nice, but then this is where your next one comes in. It's going to kind of like hide it. It's going to hide that work in if that's what you want. So if we take this one out the way, just here, so let's remove this one out. So then if I'm going to tear or take that one off, so as you can see there, so that gives us kind of like our card blank. But can you see how, you know, to me it doesn't look finished. You've got that soft edge just at the edge. So then what you can then do is if we just pop adhesive all the way down, so all the way down there, bringing in our next one, and we're just going to overlap that one like so. press it into place, we've now got a nicely finished card blank that you don't see that harsh edge. And then just one last thing I'll just show you, and just because I've got the black cardstock out, we'll show you the black card, is if you're wanting to do a frame. So this is where, you know, if you want to frame something, maybe you're wanting to frame your shaker cards, you could be doing this. So let's just bring in a piece of black card, and then let's go for the largest one, and then let's go for the fourth one in. Now what I'm going to do is lay that one in, and then this is where you can do them separate. Or if you are more than comfortable like I am, I'm going to do them both at the same time. I'm just going to make sure that I've taped them down. I think we're kind of centre. I don't know. Let's just go for it anyway. You get the idea. And then we're going to run this one through. So not only now will this give us our frame, but then it's actually going to give us a little centre bit as well that we could be using elsewhere.
Awesome. Lots you're going to be able to do with these, but it all starts, of course, with you getting your hands on them. Club Inspired Platinum members, UK guys, you're going to be able to get these for £28 to get 4 whole collections there, which is awesome. 40% of the stock, though, has gone on these, so you will need to be quick for them.
There we go. So if I just then take this one off, so let's just peel our low tack tape, and I'm just going to just peel that back carefully, and then let's do this top one as well. So if we take this one off, now what that does is that now gives us our frame. So that gives us our frame now. So this is what could be framing the acetate of your shaker. So then what we could then even just do is pop that onto our card blank that you can see there. But then don't forget, you've still got that middle panel as well. But you could be using the largest one, then pop the smallest die in the middle, or the medium die, maybe bring in the circle die. But if you just simply just use your nesting die, so this one's the circle, for example, and just layer them on top of each other, that you can see how you can get that sort of effect there. So that's simply just by layering them on top of each other.
Awesome, love that. And I love how precise they are. Really, really small increments as well. That does make my eyes go slightly funny there, Craig, when you show us that. Cross between that and looks like one half of Madonna's bra. £35 or $46 if you want to get your hands on those ones. Something else that's proving very, very busy is, of course, our metallic markers. Now, these are awesome. If you haven't seen these before, I think from all of our Spectrum Noir ranges, these are potentially the most versatile because there are so much you can do with them. You buy 2 and you get 1 free, which is awesome value. They are a back in stock item, so it's amazing that they're on such a great deal. Let me take you through the colours that you're getting in here. So you're going to get your rare minerals, which is these ones just here, and then you've got amethyst, blue topaz, jade green, citrine, red garnet and the pink quartz. The precious metals, they give you the gold plate, gold nugget, burnished copper, antique bronze, pewter and silver ingot. And then finally, you're also going to get as well antique pearl, vintage satin, tarnished silver, rose gold, aged copper, and the antique bronze as well. These are your antique elements. Now, the awesome thing about these is the amount of different things they go on to. So they'll go on to glass, they'll go on to ceramics, they'll go on loads of different mediums, but also it's the different things that you can do with them. Because they are, you can water these out, as you can use water to play with these. So they are water-based, so you can, of course, brush them out if you want to. You can blend with them, but when they dry, they're a special drying agent. So once they're dried, you can't re-wet them. They then become permanent on cardstock. Great if you want to stamp out with them. Lots of wonderful techniques that you're going to be able to do with these. You can spritz over them as well. They are absolutely awesome. What else I love is that $23.98 or $33.90 gets your whole collection. There aren't any others to get after this. That's it. You're getting all of them for that great price. You're saving $11.99 or $16.95, which is brilliant. And they are really, really awesome. Something else that I know has been very popular, and I know that would go very, very well with these, are the Lee Holland stamps on here. So you can see here, these are awesome. They're all sort of dragon themed, these sort of very, very cute dragons that you've got on here. So you've got thank you, which is this one here. You also have from me to you. We've then got hello you, with love. You've got this one here, which is you are my sunshine, and you're also getting this one here, the little one in the flower, which says if friends were flowers. All of those, £36 or $50 if you want to get your hands on these. Very, very worthwhile getting on them. Saving $11.94 or $9.70. I was just having a look at what was coming up as well tomorrow. Great shows coming up here with you tomorrow. I've got a masterclass in the morning with Jan, and then also tomorrow, Monday Makers, I'll be here with Debbie. Debbie with a Y, the lovely Debbie Robinson will be here with us as well for Monday Makers, so make sure you join us for that. Right, the Bonanza bag. It is 95% of the stock has gone. If everyone checks out their basket, I don't think there'll be that many of these left. There are less than 100 of these to go around, so it is very, very busy. Now, let me share with you what's going to be in here. This isn't like a regular goodie bag or a mystery bag where we'd sort of have a load of clearance stuff in here. Yes, you've still got amazing pricing, like it's kind of clearance pricing, but this is all fairly new stock. So you're going to get a new cut and emboss folder from one of our brand new launches here. You're going to get one of our quilling flowers, which is fantastic. We're going to give you concept stamps and dies. We're going to give you some flower dies. You're going to get low tack tape in here. Everyone's going to get a special gift from the Rose Gold collection. You're going to get some of our statement dies in here. You're going to get something from our pop-up range, and every single one of you is going to get a couple of items from one of our Cyra signature collections as well. Just 2 or 3 items from here would be basically the cost of the bag. The bag itself should be costing over £101, over $135, £30 or $40 gets this for you today. So make sure you grab hold of that. Don't forget as well about the metallic markers. Very, very busy on these at the moment. I remember you're paying for 2 and we're sending you 3, which is awesome. $23.98 or $33.90 if you want to get your hands on those. So definitely get stocked up on them. Right, Craig, metallic markers, so versatile these, aren't they?
So versatile, they're so cool. So what I'm just going to do is, just while you were speaking there, Joe, I've just taken a butterfly stamp and I'm just doing a bit of heat embossing. I was looking for white, but I've only got clear, so this is going to melt clear. But what it's going to do, it's going to enable me to just colour in onto black card. I could just do a squiggle on a black card, but that's no fun. That's why I thought, let's get a butterfly. So we're just going to melt this one first. So we're just going to melt our design, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use metallic markers to colour in. But just while that just finishes off setting, I will show you one other thing with the metallic markers. So there we go, so we're good to go. So we've got, it's hard for you to see, but we've got a heat embossed image all the way around. So then what I'm going to do is, let's just bring in, just leaving that for a second or two, I'm going to bring in some watercolour card, and I'm going to bring in just our spritzer tool with water. And the good thing with these as well is you can also, stamp with them. You can take your pens, so let's go for the Rare Minerals. I actually done this one the other day, and so many of you on social media absolutely loved this because you didn't realise you could do it. So I thought, let's do it again. So I'm just going to take the pen, you've got double-ended, so you've got a nice brush nib as well as a fine nib. Then what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go over the top, and I'm just going to colour. So we're just colouring. Instead of inking with an ink pad that we would usually do, we're just laying that colour down with our metallic markers. Mix and match the colours if you wanted to, but I'm just going to go straight in with the one colour, which is amethyst. So we're just laying that one down. I've sprayed my stamp so it's attached to my block using the repositional spray. I'm hoping it's going to hold out for me. So let's then bring in our watercolour card, and I'm just going to spray this with water, and then we're going to bring this one in. I'm going to put it in case it was to come off, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to stamp kind of like off the cardstock. And what's going to happen, because it's water-based as well, and we've wet the cardstock, it's going to be like an explosion of colour. You're going to get that kind of fine outline of the butterfly, but then what's going to happen is the colour starts to run, which is the point of it, but then you can start to see how on the outside edges you've got that nice fine butterfly wings, but then the colour just kind of like explodes within the middle. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to dab a bit of that excess colour off, so you can see how you've got that very rustic effect there. However, what you can also do, if you wanted to maybe work down at the bottom just here, you can then just at a distance just spray, and then I'm just going to hold it just for a second, and then just here you'll see how it starts to just it starts the ink just starts to flow also. So I'm going to do a wee bit more, and you can see just round the edges here, you can start to have fun as to how much you want that ink to spread, and then that could be a very rustic topper for your card. But then what I'm going to do is, if I pop that one down the side just there, we've done a demo with that field detail with, it was myself and Ben, it's just the other day, wasn't it? Colour Me Happy, Friday. We've done that. So now we're going to colour with them. So I've got this one here again. I would have done it with white embossing powder so you can see it, but I just had the clear one to the side of me. These work best when it comes to colouring using your darker cardstock. So, you know, your black cards, maybe even your deep navies, they'll work well. And then I'm just literally going to colour in. So I'm just going to use my metallic markers. I'm just going to go for the fine nib on this one just here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the raised embossed areas as a guide. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow the outside lines. I'm just going to colour this one in. Now the embossed detail within the middle of the wing, I'm going to colour over. So then it looks as though we've got, once you'll see it close up in a moment, it looks as though we've got embossed lines to it. But the outside line, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour up to the edge. I don't want to cover the embossed line.
This is quite mesmerising watching you do this, Craig. Definitely one of those things you can kind of lose yourself in, isn't it?
Yeah, it really,
really is. Of these done and lose yourself. Most definitely. Lots of you still chatting away to me in the comments as well, which is awesome. Letting me know what you've been up to, what you've been ordering as well, which is fabulous. Remember, for a lot of you, it's going to be the last chance to snap up these Black Friday deals. So do make sure you get them. Black Friday ends today. There's going to be something special happening tomorrow, but I can't tell you about that until tomorrow because, of course, tomorrow is Cyber Monday. It's going to be special. There's something very special coming up. Can't tell you. You'll have to join me and Jan in the morning, 1 p.m. UK time. I love how we still call it. I think I'm just going to give up and always call it the morning show now because it doesn't matter that it's at 1 p.m. It's always the morning for you guys in the US. But at 1 p.m. here in the UK, which is 8 a.m. East Coast time, 5 a.m. West Coast, myself and Jan will be here for a masterclass that you're going to love. But we'll also be announcing something very special, which is happening just for tomorrow as well. So make sure you do join us for that. Of course, if you're across in the US, then a very, very exciting evening ahead or afternoon ahead for you guys because 3 a.m. East Coast, no, 3 p.m. East Coast time, there's going to be that awesome 3-hour US warehouse clearance coming up for you. So yes, 3 till 6 if you are across there on the East Coast. Make sure you don't miss out. I'm going to say that's like midday till 3 if you're on the West Coast. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. There's just a lot of vacant silence in the gallery. So we shall see. Shall I work it out on the wall of clocks behind me? So if it is 8 p.m. in the UK, it doesn't make it any easier for me. Someone will work it out. Someone will work it out for me. It's 8 hours behind, so midday till 3. Yeah, midday till 3 if you're on the West Coast. I was right the first time. See, I don't know my question myself.
Eastern is 5 hours and Pacific is 8 hours.
Yeah. Yes, 3 p.m. if you're on the East Coast till 6. If you're on the West Coast, midday till 3. Yeah, an hour after this ends would have been the best thing I could have said, really, wouldn't it? 2 hours after this ends, even. What is wrong with me? Have some flowers as a consolation.
How many days have you got left, Joe?
4. This is Monday. You can tell. This is fake Monday for me, Craig. That's why. I've got that Monday feeling. Don't worry. By the time Cyra gets in an hour or so, I'll be warmed up and ready and raring to go. Loretta is letting me know that she loves her metallic markers, as lots of you do. I've always been blown away, Craig, by the amount of different things that you can put these on as well. Is awesome, isn't it?
It really, really is. You know, you went over a few things that you can actually colour onto. So many different surfaces. You know, you can go straight onto glass. I know behind me, or at least the other day, I had a glass jar. I'll go and just bring that one in. So yes, so many different surfaces that you can pop it onto. But then what you can still also do is, you know, if you want to create your background, so things that you know with our water reactive ink pads, you could be doing the same with these pens as well. But then you can see onto our black card, See how, oh, right way Craig, there we go. See how that's just coming to life already. That's just using the amethyst as well as the green citrine, but really, really working well. And if I do just go behind me here, so then just started to, lost my balance there.
Oh, you mean at the gym, Craig?
No, not yet anyway. But there we go. So even just colouring onto glass. So if you've got, you know, things like our peel-offs or anything like that, old style peel-offs, pop them onto glass and you can start to colour them as well. You know, you can start to blend colours into each other too. So that's just something. Like I say, you know, whether it's onto mediums like that or, you know, certainly when it comes to cardstock, it's always best to go for the darker cardstock. Black will work best, but of course maybe even a bit of craft card or real deep navy cardstock will work well as well.
Awesome, really, really gorgeous, great value considering the amount of different concepts that you can do with those. I'll just quickly, again, run you through the colours that you're getting included there. So remember, you're getting the rare minerals, which has the amethyst, the blue topaz, the jade green, the citrine, the red garnet, and the pink quartz. You've also got as well the precious metals with the gold plate, gold nugget, burnished copper, antique bronze, pewter, and the silver ingot. And then finally you've got the antique elements as well with the antique pearl, you've got the vintage satin, the tarnished silver, the rose gold, the aged copper and the antique bronze. You pay for 2, we send you 3. It's an awesome deal and it's getting very, very busy on those there at the moment. Right, lots of pictures have been coming in for us. Michelle Harris sent in some pictures that she's been creating with Santa's kitchen, which is absolutely beautiful, really gorgeous. And then loads that you're going to be able to do with these as well. I know Craig's got loads of examples to show you those in a moment. Love these, Michelle. I think they're so cute. You can use them with the recipe, without the recipe as well. But that's the one with tis the season to bake cookies. Oh, tis the season to bake everything, really, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much for those, Michelle. Remember, if you want to keep sending your pictures in to us, please do. We love receiving them. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. I just want to give you a bit of a heads up on some of the most popular items that you've loved so far in this show. The Gemini Border and Word Edgeables collection with 8 elements. That's this one right here. £38 or $57 if you want to get your hands on those. To get 8 of our edgeable dies, that is awesome value for money right there. Don't forget you can use your discount on top of that as well if you are in the club. We've also got the nesting dies on the show. These are proving very popular. Craig showed us some awesome ideas of how we could use these a little earlier in the show. £35 if you're here in the UK. As a platinum member, that would become £28, $46 if you are across the pond. We've also got the fancy fonts for you as well, with 125 elements. You've got awesome, really usable sentiments in here in die cut form. So we die cut the word and then use the stamps to customize and create a full project around that sentiment. It should have been a 35% discount, or we double discounted it down with an extra 15%, so do grab those. Now, the Spectrum Noir Discovery Kit, complete collection. You know that these are a good deal when the staff are ordering them here at Crafts Companion. Our director Adam has bought these this evening, so that goes to show you what a fabulous deal you're getting. £45 or $62 if you want to get your hands on those. An awesome, awesome deal there for you. And great as presents if you wanted to give those away. They would be awesome for that. The Gatefold Hugs, 2/3 of this has gone. I'm not sure this is going to last the rest of this show. Easy to see why. $11.99. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were $11.99 each because they are awesome. They are a concept stamp and die for you. You're getting all of them for that price. $22.42 if you are stateside. The lace edgeables, these are just an unbelievable price, I think. I think these are, and if you haven't got it, you need to get them kind of price. You're not even paying for one here. We're sending you 3. $8.50 in the UK, $12.50 if you're in the US. I know a lot of the stock there has already gone. So please do be quick for that. 2/3 of the stock gone on that one. Rose Gold is an ever popular collection whenever we bring this to you. Really, really love this. It's such a classy, elegant Cyra signature range. You guys loved it when we launched it and you still continue to love it now. Always ever popular. So do get your hands on this. A really nice size collection. They're 5 pieces for that price at half price is a great, great deal. Now we're going to come back to Santa's Kitchen. This is proving so popular. I think if any of you got last minute gifts that you need to be sorting out for Christmas, this is a great way to do it. This is basically all around recipes, this collection. So you can create cards and you can have these recipes in there, or what you can do is maybe use things like Kilner jars and have the recipes on there. There's just loads of different options when it comes to different ways of using these. This one first here is Sweet Season's Wishes. Now what you've got is a tried and tested recipe on here to make gorgeous, gorgeous homemade hot chocolate. We then have this one here, which is your Comfort, Joy and Cookies. How about you can either make the homemade cookies and then attach the recipe if you want to, or give the ingredients along with the recipe, make a gorgeous card and they could remove the recipe. There's so many different ways that you could be using these. You've also got Sugar and Spice as well, which is this one here, and that's got those lovely homemade chocolate brownies on there. Do love a chocolate brownie. And then finally you've got Baking Spirits Bright, and that's got the gorgeous fruit muffins on there as well. I love all of the different tag elements that you've got as tags actually in their own right. These would work also, beautifully. And that's not just the dies and stamps that you're getting. You are of course also getting the paper pad. Now I think this might be pre-loved, this paper pad. I get the feeling it's a little bit on the light side, but what you're getting here are loads of different designs that are designed to work beautifully with this collection. The other great thing about it is that what you've got is, it is coordinated so as that the back side works perfectly with the front side as well on here, which is brilliant. But yeah, as I said, a lot of this one has gone. Thank you for that, Craig. Craig has given me a much fuller one here that I can just have a quick flick through instead, but you get all of these designs, which is awesome. Some very, very traditionally Christmas ones, some more slightly abstract ones. I love that one there with the holly as well. If you want to get that on its own, it is available individually, but of course it is coming along with that full collection. This is really quite different, Craig, isn't it? You know, looking at all of our Christmas launches, this one's very different, and I guess it's something that I haven't really seen anywhere really. You know, the concept that it's all built around these recipes that are real recipes that are tried and tested. You're going to make delicious things with them.
Absolutely. And what I'm away to show you, the demonstration, the card that I've made is the first time I've ever used this collection. I've never had a show, I've never been in a situation where I've used this collection, so let me tell you, I had so much fun. But then just to show you as well is, look at the sort of things that you can be doing. So if you've got any of your jars, then why not just start to fill up with the main key ingredients that you've got, and then create the tabs to go with it. So whether it is your muffins, whether it's your chocolate chip cookies or your brownies that you can see on these ones here, using the tags, just filling them up. So if I bring this last one in as well, so that is an absolute keepsake gift. You know, you could be keeping the tag or that, but then that could be a gift that then they can then be coming along and making themselves. So that is the sort of thing that you can be doing, but of course you can create tags if you want. So what I've just done is I've taken one of the background papers using the paper pad, and then what I just done was just done a bit of matting and layering. So the mats and layers is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then what I'm going to do is for this one we're going to be using the Baking Spirits Bright, and then I'm just going to use the outside die. So this is then going to just go right within the middle, and I'm just going to secure this one in. I'm going to pop my tape within the middle because it's not actually the center part that we are wanting, it is the outside. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in a bit of cardstock as well, because I'm using my large Gemini. Let's do all the die cutting now. So what I'm going to do is I've got my cardstock there. What I'm going to do is let's just bring in the die. So that's then going to create the tab. What we do, I need to do it that way. So this is creating the little tag, so then you could be stamping onto it, because you get all your different stamps as well. But it's like Joe was saying, I've never seen anything where not only do you get the stamps and the dies, you know, for home baking, but you've got the ingredients on it as well. I just think that's super, super cool. So let's just at least do one start, and then let's also just take a bit of white cardstock, I'm getting mixed up with my colours, red cardstock, tape that one on, and then what we're just going to do is let's run this one through our Gemini. So let's pop these ones on, and then take all these up, and then this is going to die cut our elements, and that's going to be ready for us to then start to assemble. So we're just going to pop them through our Gemini just like this one.
Susan Rushton says everyone is getting baked goodies for Christmas this year, and the Santa's Kitchen is going to make the presentation just brilliant. absolutely love this collection. I think it's great, Craig, if you did want to give it to someone so they can make it up, but also if you did want to bake the recipes and then give it to them so that they can recreate them. And a lovely way of using it. Or you could just use it as a card in its own right. I think because of the concept of the dies and all the extra stamps that you get, you could use it without the recipe, I guess, if you wanted to.
Of course you can. Yeah, you know, you don't have to make it Christmassy whatsoever. You know, if you just want to have some like jars, mason jars of that, and then decorate them with some of your inky backgrounds, anything like that, of course you can. No problem at all. So what I'm just going to do is let's just snip that in bit for our tag. Let's take these little bits as well. So I've got our gold snowflake. I've got others already die cut and ready to go, but I at least wanted to die cut them so that you could see. So then what we can do is we're going to then, just using a red liner tape, we're then just going to secure our acetate on the back, and then what we'll do is we'll go around with our red line or our red foam tape. Red foam tape. You can tell it's Sunday, can't you?
Foam tape?
We're just about there, 20 minutes. Foam on a roll tape. So
foam on a roll tape?
Foam on a roll tape. So then we can see how you've got that, so that's going to create our shaker.
Not foam on a tape roll?
Oh, don't confuse me this time. Don't confuse me. So what I'm going to do, foam on a roll. Foam on a roll.
Yeah,
shaker
shaker foam.
Roll. Shaker foam, yeah.
On a tape roll. On a roll tape. Sorry, ignore me, Craig, ignore me.
So now that we've die cut, so I'm taking this one that I've just die cut as a bit of a guide, because what I'm going to do, if I just sit that into the middle, then let's bring in our stamp set just here. So this is one, homemade fruit muffins, and this is where you've got all the recipe detail within it too. But what I love about this one as well is the fact that you may think, oh, is that not going to be too small to read? Now, yes, the font's small, but it's amazing how readable that it is, although it's in a stamp form. It is so crisp and clean.
Is it a photopolymer stamp? This
It is, yeah. Right. So being a photopolymer, it just means that we can get really, really detailed, whether it's images or in this case, it is the wording as well as the recipe. So then what I'm just going to do is, again, just using that as a guide, I'm then just going to stamp within the middle, and then I'm going to press, make sure that I get a good pressure all the way around just to fill this one in. If I remove that one, so if I put that to the side, then there we go, we have got a recipe within the middle. And I know you won't be able to read it from that high up or this close, but you know, it is very, very readable when it's up close in front of your eyes. So then what we can do is let's just refer back to this one that I'd already popped my acetate on. So then what we're going to do is I've brought in some sequins that we'd done earlier on in the year. Well, I've got some of the gold and red, just keeping in line with the gold and red theme. Peeling this one off, and then this is then going to go on place of this recipe once we have popped our sequins in. So let's take these bits, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop this within the middle like so. So that's going to sit into the middle. So this is going to be like a card and a keepsake and, you know, a concept card all wrapped in one.
So when you're done with the card then, would you take the outer bit off and remove the sequins and keep the recipe? Is that the idea?
You could do,
yeah.
Or, you know, just keep a hold of the card, or you can just tear off that back panel of your card blank, and then you've just got this as kind of like a little notelet that you can set into your recipe book.
Awesome.
Or something like that. And then we're just going to place that back into place, and we're going to press, and then this is then created a shaker card. So then you can start to read the ingredients that you need, and then when you need to see what you're doing, you just tap your sequence to the bottom. It's got preheat the oven, combine the flour, and that's what I mean, that you can just read it step by step. So then what we can just do is let's just bring in our die cut. So we've got our die cut there, and then let's go for, so the one I used was Christmas calories don't count.
No, you can start even from about the middle of November, you know, Craig, they don't count.
Well,
through till
yeah.
about the 5th of January.
Well, it's funny because Laura, that's our producer, director, she keeps saying lately that she's trying to watch what she eats for going into Christmas time, because if you know her, then you'll know that she does like to go to the gym and that. Whereas I like to say, you know, come end of November, December, you know, it's in Christmas season. You know,
see, Craig, but you're one of those people, you can kind of eat what you want anyway, aren't you? You know, Craig's. I did Craig's shopping for him for a little while at the start of a lockdown, and yeah, Craig got me addicted to all kind of things that I'd never even tried before. Jelly tots being the main one. I'd never really eaten a jelly tot till I did Craig's shopping, and now I can't stop eating them, unfortunately.
They are so good. They are so good. I don't have them as much now, but I do still occasionally eat them. Nice little jelly sugar rush when it comes to them. So if you don't know what they are, they're very similar to fruit pastels, but on a lot smaller
like just
scale.
a little jelly sweet, aren't they? They're very sweet.
They absolutely are.
And delicious. My jam at the moment though, Craig, is chocolate covered pretzels.
Oh no, I love the white ones.
Now you can get loads of coloured, loads of different flavoured ones.
You do.
So they do the white chocolate ones. They also do peanut butter ones as well. So it's like they're like dipped in peanut butter and then covered in chocolate. Oh. They are epic. Absolutely
so nice. Epic. I do like pretzels. I do like pretzels. They taste so nice. Just layering these ones up, taking these die cut snowflakes that we've already just done. I think is there pink covered pretzels.
Pink covered pretzels?
I think they're chocolate, but
pink chocolate.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Talking of like cooked chocolates and all sorts of wonderful things, I've just discovered all of these awesome things behind me. One of them's got full of Tunnocks tea cakes, Craig, you'd be pleased to know.
Ooh.
I'll share those with you in a moment.
Good Scotch biscuit. There we go. So just by layering all these little components up, you can see that, you know, it can be a card, but then you've got the ingredients there. You would then obviously, this could be, I wouldn't pop that necessarily down with foam pads because then I can't see the actual ingredients, but it gives you that idea as what you can be then creating using that selection of dies and stamps, which were the Bacon Spirits Bright.
Yeah, really, really gorgeous. Let me show you some of the other things that have been created by the design team. I did say here about using them maybe without the recipes. Let me just quickly show you these. So these have got Tunnocks tea cakes in them, which are absolutely delicious. But look what someone's created here, this awesome card concept with a whole row of Tunnocks tea cakes in them. That is absolutely gorgeous. So again, oh yeah, there's 4 in there. There might be one less in there in a minute. Well, I reckon if I got rid of the bottom one, no one would know. That's what I reckon. But again, yeah, you can use a recipe. You don't need to use a recipe at all. I love this, using here the milk box cartons that we had on quite recently as well, with those on there. This one here is really good. Has this got something in this one? Nothing, it's empty. The cupboard's bare in that one. The design team are really good at putting like little treats in with the cards and boxes and stuff sometimes. How about if you were going to do someone a little gift like this one? So you're going to use the hot chocolate one here, but you could actually put a little mug in there. You could put the ingredients in there that you need to make an awesome hot chocolate as well. So that could be a really lovely way of using it. I just think there's so many different things, different ways in which you're going to be able to use these as well. Boxes seem to be really popular. Also, things like Kilner jars, we see a lot of using these as well. However you're going to use them, they're a great deal. What I would say as well is at this price, whilst they're on such a great deal, even if you've done all of your Christmas crafting and gift making for this year, how about getting them and packing them away for next year? I mean, because at that kind of price, we're not going to see that again. And this is a 2020 Christmas launch as well. We only launched this year. It's brand new product that we are talking about. Right, I need to go back to the star of the show for the whole, really, of this Black Friday event. It is our Gemini die cutting machine. Now remember, a Gemini machine is sold around the world every 10 minutes. When it comes to the amount of incredible pressure you've got in here, it is completely unrivaled, and the deal that we've got is unrivaled for you as well, because you're getting £107 worth or £135 worth of freebies included with every single machine. If you haven't seen the Gemini before, then here are all of the awesome points about our Gemini machine.
This is Gemini, one of the fastest, quietest electronic die cutting and embossing machines on the market. Its industry-leading high-pressure system delivers fantastic results from intricate dies and folders, all at the touch of a button. Its oversized opening and platforms provide for edge-to-edge cutting of US letter and A4 size with thin metal dies, allowing you to cut materials such as thin cardstock, vinyl, craft metal and fabric. No cranking needed, as it will move the plates through automatically and quickly, which means you may spend less time on preparation and more time on inspiration. The Gemini has optical switches, making it hands-free and fully automated, with a built-in auto-reverse function for protection. It's easy to use, so you're always in control. Its sleek low-profile design makes it a superb addition to any craft workspace. It has built-in handholds, meaning you can easily take it anywhere. The Gemini is a universal die-cutting and embossing machine that works with the majority of all leading brands of thin metal dies and embossing folders. All of the platforms that you need come included in the box, as well as a thick rubber embossing mat for intricate detail work on your dual-purpose cut and embossed dies. The addition of the metal cutting plate allows you to cut intricate dies in a single pass through the machine and enables you to cut multiple layers of fabric. For a perfect cut every time, you need Gemini, the electronic die cutting and embossing machine made by crafters for crafters.
Absolutely an incredible machine it is, and it has an awesome amount of pressure built into every single one of these machines. The pressure is unrivaled, which means that you get a clear, clean, precise cut every single time that you choose to use it. Alison says, Joe, I make chocolate covered pretzels and potato chips and cookies, as well as marshmallows and Rice Krispie treats for a living. Alison, are you in the UK? Because we need to order some of Alison's treats if you are in the UK, and we need to get them sent in for Christmas. Alison, do let us know. Very, very busy on that Gemini machine. Very busy actually on everything that you've seen so far. I just want to quickly take you through the awesome collection of word edgeables that we've got available for you on the show. This is how they come packaged for you. This is what they're going to cut out and do for you. Now, because they are an edgeable, it means that you can use all of those edgeable techniques that you know and love. If you're unsure about what those techniques are, go over to the website, go to the Crafters TV area of the Crafters Companion website and have a look at all of those previous masterclasses that we've done on there as well. But as an edgeable, they look absolutely fantastic because they've got the sentiment and the edgeable detail in there as well. You really need to add little else into these. You're going to get 8 of those for £38, which is awesome value for money. You'd be looking at about, I would say, if you got an edgeable die for £8-9, that would be a fantastic deal. You've got these for much, much less here. And the great thing is these were so popular whenever we launched, and they continue to be now. It was going to be a 30% discount, but we've double discounted it down with an extra 15% as well, which is awesome. So do grab these whilst we have them. These have been so popular, Craig. What do you think it is about them that people have loved so much?
I think what it is it creates that really lovely card, but very quickly. But not only that, you don't need to worry about popping the sentiment onto it. It's already done for you. But then you've got the negatives as well. So I'm going to use the one that says congratulations. I'm literally only going to cut a card blank. I've got one already finished just so I show you. Really quick, really simple. But as I say, you've got that negative. So the congratulations, all the letters that pops out, you can be using them as well. So it's done the decoration, it's done the sentiment all in one. It's the edgeable, so it could be on the edge, it could be on the bottom, it could be on the top, so many different ways. And then also this is one of those ideas that actually come from in-house. It was actually Debbie Fisher's idea to have a sentiment on an edgeable. So it just goes to show that we get that opportunity to actually feed any ideas that we've got, and this is one where it was actually picked up from the team, being from Debbie. So what we're just going to do is I've just got small card blank here. So my card blank is 6x4, and we have just taken the congratulations, as I say, and it's 6 inches in length or width. So that's why I made my card blank 6 inches. So we're just going for, so the congratulations. So you've got your sentiment there. It all cuts all the way out along the top, and then what you've got, well, it will be the top, the bottom. So it cuts out along the bottom there, and it stays in place along the top. So what we're just going to do is we're going to pop this in to place. Now you can have it, what's going to happen is this bottom part is going to cut away. So you can then determine how much you want to be left with. So if you want to have a lot of your card blank there and then a little bit taken away, then have it further down. If you want to really have it along the top, all this will be cut in, but of course it could be on its side as well if you want. That's what's entirely up to you to choose from. So what I'm just going to do is we can pop that one on. We're just going to bring in our low tack tape, and then I'm just going to hold that one into place. So if we then just hold it in, always remember you've got your glass mat as well to use if you want to have help lining up the lines. So I'm just going to go for, I'm lining up my line on my glass mat just here, and then what I'm going to do, I've got way too much tape, but not to worry, and then what I'm going to do is on the same line on the right hand side, I'm just going to line that one up there, so I know that we're nice and straight. So then what we can just do is bring this one in, and we can then just layer it up to die cut. And one of the other things that I love about this one, the love that I have for this feature is, what you're going to see is a lot of the detail that die cuts out are tiny little dots. Now you know how when it comes to die cut pieces, anything like tiny little dots, I wouldn't say I keep a hold of them, but I like to look at them and then even use them as little accents on the corner. So alternatives of gems or pearls, I like to look at these little dots and keep a hold of them for that project. So if I then take this one out of the way, so we can remove this one. So there is the bit that would be waste for this one. And then what I'm going to do is if I bring in my pokey tool, and then I'm just going to peel that low tack tape off. So let's take it off there. And then we're going to take this side here, if I can find the end of it, which is just here. So if I peel that one off, and then what's going to happen, if I remove this one, you can see how some of it's left in the die, some's come out, but if we take the start at congratulations, so what you could then do is you could keep a hold of all these little letters. If you've got your double-sided adhesive sheets, then you could be using them, and that's going to then stick your letters into place. But the idea is for the letters to die cut out, and then this is what I mean by all these tiny little dots that die cut out. You could always keep a hold of them for this project, pop them into the corner of your cards or your finished projects. And then what I'm going to do is, let's bring our mat in for this one. We're just going to run this across just to take all these little bits out. And let's just finish that one off just by taking these little bits off. So let's take them, poke them ones out. So this is where, with this one, when I finish sample, I've got it so that it runs along the bottom, but nothing's stopping you having it sideways if you wanted to. So you've got the congratulations at the side. Simple bit of matting and layering. If you had our past spring 12x12 topper cardstock, you got your pattern papers. There we go. So just a bit of pattern paper on the back, and then just a few of those toppers that come within it as well. And that's all that you need to create a really simple card where it's got the decoration, it's got the sentiment already done for you, and you've just added a few different elements to finish off.
Absolutely beautiful, love that. Really quick, simple but effective cards, and that really is the key with those edgeables. If you want to make them more elaborate, you want to do more techniques, of course you're going to be able to do that. Now I want to just remind you, last chance on a couple of different things. Let's do the calendar first actually whilst we're here. So the advent calendar, it really, oh, I've just pulled that off there. It really is, I mean, that's done pretty well. We've had this out for what, 2 months now, and I finally pulled the ribbon off the last time we're ever going to see it. It is, of course, your 2020 advent calendar that we are talking about. There's double figures now remaining on this one. If you want it, you'll need to be quick for it. If you want to get it, look, the thing is, if you're in the US, I'm aware you're not going to get it till about what, I'd say around the 8th of December, something like that. But it doesn't matter, because it means you've got 8 windows to open at once if you get it on about the 8th or 9th of December. Here in the UK, you're probably going to get it about the what? Where are we today? Tomorrow is the last day of November, isn't it? You probably get it about, I know how quick. I think pretty sure the guys are packing same day still in the warehouse. So you'd probably get this in the next couple of days if you ordered it today. So you'd have a couple of windows to open. But the great thing about it is that it's a little treat for you every day. Christmas is that one time of the year, isn't it, where we mostly spend it thinking about other people, what we're going to buy them, and know that then you've got something crafty to look forward to every single day. Do grab that $24.99 or $34.99 if you want to get hold of it. The last chance for you now as well on our Bonanza bag, because the Bonanza bag is awesome. It's like a goodie bag, but it's full of new stuff. You're going to get something from our pop-up boxes. You're going to get some concept stamps and dies. You're going to get something from our rose gold collection. You're going to get some flower dies in here, some concept stamps and dies, some quilling elements. You're going to get some of our low tack tape. You're going to get one of our brand new launches when it comes to the cut and emboss files, and you're going to get a couple of signature collection items in there as well. If you haven't got it already, you need to get it, but less than 100 now of these to go around. So if you're watching this back after the show, definitely check the website for the stock situation on the Bonanza bag. £24 if you're in the UK as a Club Inspire Platinum member. You get it for $32 as a Platinum member if you are in the US as well. Do get your hands on it. It's your last chance to do so. Today is your last chance to grab that. Right, what an amazing show it's been. Craig, thank you.
Thank you so much.
For spending the last couple of hours with me. It was wonderful. We are back together on Wednesday.
We are indeed. We're back on Wednesday with Creative Cravings. So then just to say, now we're finishing off the show about the Advent calendar. So on the 1st, if you go across to my Facebook page, Craig Laird CC, I will be live 8 p.m. here in the UK, which is going to be 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 midday Pacific time, and we will do door number 1 of the Advent calendar live, and then throughout the rest of the week, in the coming weeks, I'll keep you posted of what ones will be live and what ones are going to be a video for you to follow. But we'll see you on Tuesday.
Brilliant, can't wait for that. So make sure you grab that with Craig on Tuesday. But don't go anywhere, because if you guys are across in the US, in 2 hours time, myself and Cyra are going to be up on the Crafters Companion US Facebook page. It won't be here on Crafters TV, it'll be on the Crafters Companion US Facebook page. It is our 3-hour warehouse clearance, and I was just going through, this is the pages and pages and pages of stuff that is going to be coming up for you. There is a whole room next door full of product to the absolute brim. If you love your US sizes when it comes to your cardstock as well, your 8 by 11s, there's a lot of that coming up in the show, but all very, very low in stock. So definitely get yourself ready. You've got a couple of hours to get yourself reset. I'm gonna have another slice of Derek's Rocky Road chocolate cake and at least a couple more cups of tea and get myself fired up ready for that awesome warehouse clearance. If you're here in the UK, then I'll see you tomorrow here on Crafters TV. I'm up with Jan in the morning for a masterclass, and I have got details on something very special to share with you. We're doing something really special tomorrow, just for Cyber Monday. So you're going to make sure, we're going to want to make sure that you join myself and Jan here on Crafters TV for that one. Right, whether you're in the US or here in the UK, I'll see you really, really soon. But if you are stateside, join me in a couple of hours time over on the Crafters Companion US page. See you later, take care.
Bye.